that as of April 22nd, I will have 3 sources of income coming from the state of New Hampshire. I'll have a $100 salary as a senator in mileage. I'll have a $1,200 honorarium that I received as a member of the New Hampshire Board of Bar Examiners. And I have a little pension from my 35 years of service on the district court part-time. It's about $8,000 a year. I'm going to take my mileage and my Senate salary, and I'm going to take my little stipend of $1,200, and we work hard for that. And I'm going to add to it 10% of my pension. And say there's $1,200 that I'm going to put back into the pot and write a check to the treasurer. Let me just finish one, and then I'll be ready now. And then I want to say to every department head, what can you do? We'll set an entirely different atmosphere around the table. We'll be building on our strengths rather than pointing at our weaknesses. And I learned in the process of dealing with family and children, you know, we'd have the family or the kid in, and we'd be berating them for all the reasons that they got into court. And it took me a long while to get here, but I learned to say, wait a minute, you really need to build on strengths. And when you turn, if I were working with a kid and family in court, and the moment I would turn to the kid or the parent and say, what's going right for you, they would have an expression of astonishment. And then they would realize that I really cared to know that. And we got into a discussion. It would change the whole atmosphere. And I used to regularly, instead of sitting on the bench, elevated a couple of feet, I insisted on coming down into the well of the court and moving the counsel tables together and sitting around the table. It changes the atmosphere. And then you deal with the same problem. The problem doesn't change, but the milieu in which you can deal with that problem changes significantly. So I'd be but one voice, but you got to start someplace. My little remittance back to the state's a drop in the bucket, but it could keep a child care worker for a disabled person going for another month or a couple of weeks. So that's where I'm.
I mean, that's very